edition of Thor News. I've been making so many videos, I stayed up too late and passed out and woke up too late. Now we're looking at what has become Tropical Storm Hermine, which has caused the governor of Florida to declare a state of emergency in Florida for the first time in years. Thanks USA Today for not including those years. Officials issued the first hurricane watch in 4 years for the west coast of Florida on Wednesday as Tropical Storm Hermine strengthened and continued its very slow churn toward the state. Now, when I fell asleep last night, or early this morning, I had noted that Hermine blew up to that level, and if you'll notice, it kind of takes a step backwards, which nobody predicted. Everybody was predicting that it would probably make landfall on Thursday, and now they're saying it'll make landfall on Friday because when it formed, it went backwards, which was weird. And now, as we can see, this whole entire area is basically moisture, like I warned about, that it's not just this storm party, people. It's this entire giant section mass of moisture that's gigantic and seems to be as large as almost America, at least half of America. And so we've got more waves coming, more freak activity coming. And the thing is, this storm might not technically hit until Friday. And it is Wednesday. And they're saying that it still may strengthen. And this is why I call it like a freak Frankenstein storm. Because look at this thing, man. Look how giant, massive. And that's at least over half of America. And that's just water and moisture churning in the ocean. So we know a lot of you people are like, oh, I've lived in Florida my whole life. I've lived in Charleston my whole life. I lived in South Carolina. I can handle these flooding. I'm just saying, be aware. Watch. Understand what we're dealing with here. That the weather is really, really weird and wild. So it's not the time to be all cocky. Just make your preparations, my brother and sister. I know you're tough. I know you can handle weather. I know you can handle some flooding, some rain, some hard winds. But I think this is a little different. I mean, this thing is giant. We are in climate chaos season. Are people being blackmailed for a $5 trillion carbon tax credit? I don't know, possibly. But you know my theory, man, the money is fake. Might as well just print it and give it to them if it's going to save lives. This is going to be an excellent opportunity for us to work together. If the coasts are going to continue to be flooded, now remember the areas that have been getting hit, they're going to continue to get hit. And you wonder, I wonder if that makes the ground heavy. I know I just pulled a story last night on major sinkholes on the Florida highway. I got a major interstate. So here we are looking at the ocean. We've got Madeline here. So just for now, we've got, there's Madeline, there's Lester, and they're both about to slam into Hawaii. So Hawaii's going to get hit by Madeline and then Lester. Then we've got this situation in the Gulf. You've got Gaston, which is going to threaten Europe. You've got this major mean sea level pressure point, which has been there for 2 years, which is pretty much driving all the weather. That's what's helping pull all the moisture. I didn't want a box there, baby. Up through the air. I just burped on air. See, live broadcasts. That's wonderful. You might have never heard me burp before if it weren't for me doing this live because I was late. All right. Cat, get out of the way. You were in trouble. How do cats always know to go straight for your drink and knock it over? Remember where you put it, what you do, they always know you got it, and they go get it if they're upset. Cats are crazy. Look at, like, here's Gaston, which is just like a wild eye tail of the mean sea level pressure point. Here's all the giant water that's accumulated, and that is just going to be churned up the East Coast for about a week. You know, man, this is why I've been watching this, because A, it's all wild, and this is going to be a very slow-moving storm that just kind of churns and burns. And so tidal surge is what we're looking for. And tidal surge is when the ocean and the land become one, and you can't tell where the ocean ends and the land begins, and where the land ends and the ocean begins. So knowing that this is going to last a couple more days, we could have some very serious problems. And so trust me, after doing like 25 weather videos in the last 3 weeks, I'm tired of doing weather. So I want to get back to the fun, but not as serious, space agency stories as soon as I can. But I want to let you know that this is a serious situation. And we got another storm rolling off the North African coast that could end up being another major hurricane. You know, so once Florida and these places get settled, we can have another just giant one coming on over. And now here is the mean sea level pressure point in the no man land. It's usually just here. See this? Now it's going into a giant, massive thingamadoodie. And that's scary. Let's make the flat earthers happy. I'm just like, I don't give a shit. Why is Earth so mean to each other? Earther, why are we at war? So look at that giant, massive dip down in the mean sea level pressure. The mean sea level pressure is when outer space presses in on our bubble, which we call our atmosphere. So, as you can see, we've got a lot of outer space pressing in on our bubble. It's almost like aliens are drawing pictures of themselves kissing. Look, E.T. finds a woman, and they're falling in love. Please don't drown us out, aliens. Alright, well, I need a break from the weather videos, so I think Sage and I are going to finish one on SETI and alien signals, and then maybe another Planet 9. And I'm sure I'll have another weather video out. I finished one on the African wave. See, what happens is they're rolling across Africa. Oh, that reminds me. We're going to go to, I found this new one thanks to BP Earthwatch. You may not like him, but he brings me good information. And I wouldn't have found this satellite without Sage finding it, and then from BP. Look at that. We are looking top down at this climate chaos. Are you ready for this? This is wild, man. It's totally wild. It's like, here is the Gulf Coast. But so look how they roll off of, this is Africa. They roll off of Africa. Africa kind of creates them like a conveyor belt, and it shoots them out like a softball machine. It says pew, and then fires them straight at us. And that one, there's Gaston. You can see it's getting hit by the upper level high pressure and knocking it down. But the ones that are staying under in the strike zone are making it to either Florida or the Gulf. So, just kind of keeping you guys updated. Now that I'm awake, at least I'm not as burned out on weather videos. Now that the action started, I can't be, really. Anyway, so God bless everyone. Just pay attention, man. And if you are in the Gulf or on the East Coast, for your own sake, I just suggest you pay attention to the weather over the next week or two. Okay? God bless everybody. And Sage is beautiful, so I'm going to go kiss her. Goodbye! Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a lo-fi edition of Thor News. I've been making so many videos, I stayed up too late and passed out. And woke up too late. Now we're looking at what has become Tropical Storm Hermine, which has caused the governor of Florida to declare a state of emergency in Florida for the first time in years. Thanks USA Today for not including those years. Officials issued the first hurricane watch in 4 years for the west coast of Florida on Wednesday as Tropical Storm Hermine strengthened and continued its very slow churn toward the state. Now, when I fell asleep last night, or early this morning, I had noted that Hermine blew up to that level, and if you'll notice, it kind of takes a step backwards, which nobody predicted. Everybody was predicting that it would probably make landfall on Thursday, and now they're saying it'll make landfall on Friday because when it formed, it went backwards, which was weird. And now, as we can see, this whole entire area is basically moisture.